It's great to see you, Tom. Like, what sort of things attracted to come to a course, or what are you looking to gain by attending a hip and groin course?
Well, particularly the differential diagnosis side of things, I think, most of all, because there's so many different diagnoses around there. It's such a complex area. And I think it's also an area where the diagnosis actually does affect management. So I know from the excellent stuff that you put out there that you're particularly strong on the differential diagnosis side. I'm really interested in exploring that in more detail. And then I think if you've got that clear diagnosis, it's a good start point to develop on and go and get the right rehab from, really. So that was one of the key things. But also, lots of people that have come on my course, come on your course, and everybody without fail has talked about how good it is. Yeah. So there was always that, I was thinking that'd be good. Yeah. Come and share ideas with you and look at the rehab you use and everything else like that, really.
And the clinical need, you felt there was a need in the recent few years that you've seen more hip patients, a bit more complex. Is it something you've seen recently, sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, because I obviously specialise in tendons, proximal hamstring tendinopathy, I see a lot of patients that are quite complex, like you do, that have seen lots of other people, and you always want to make sure that you're treating the right thing. So when they are complex, you want to be aware of the differential diagnosis in that area. Make sure that you're not just assuming that because everyone else has treated it as proximal hamstring that you'll do the same. So I think the more complex patients you see, the more need there is to be aware of the differential diagnosis and the management, really.
Yeah. So obviously we've gone through a lot of stuff in the last 2 days. What sort of things stands out to you as sort of which you gain, which could help in the clinical practice?
Yeah, there's lots actually. I was thinking about this last night because I think after any course it's good to reflect, isn't it, and think what are the things that come out. And I think one of the things that's been really good from the way you present it is the structure and the systematic assessment of hip and groin pain. And I think that's something that I take away is trying to be systematic about it and be thorough, be prepared to spend that bit more time exploring those different areas. Because that way you're unlikely to miss something. You're unlikely to miss a diagnosis, but you're also unlikely to miss any kind of impairment or deficit that could be part of the rehab. So that was a key thing, really. The structured, systematic approach to assessment. And
do you think it's clinically applicable with your patients with exercise? Do you think you can use it to your patient you see in a clinic?
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. And today's day 2, obviously we've done lots of the rehab stuff, and that's all very clinically applicable as well. And I think it's not just about a list of exercises so much as it is about the principles behind them and how you play around with those exercises and your brain starts to whiz and you think, I could do this, or I could add that, or I could bring this in.
Variety of
and it sends you away thinking about different things, which is really good.
Yeah. And do you think it's improved the confidence in dealing with complex hip and groin?
Yeah, definitely. And it's made me think, all of us are at a different stage of learning, and I think it's made me think about patients I've seen in the past and think it'd be interesting to see if we could get them back in,
and
explore some of these areas that we talked about, things that maybe are easily missed, that when you're working with a patient you don't necessarily think about looking into. So I think that's good. I think that's a good sign of a good course is when it makes you think.
Yeah, you can always go back. And last thing is, somebody was thinking of attending our course in the future, there's a growing area, fastest growing orthopedic subspecialty. What would you say to a therapist who's looking into possibly doing a course in the future?
Coming to I would go for it, absolutely go for it. And I think I would, if they're interested in your course, I would embrace the whole kind of learning process, the pre-course info, which is really good, the attending the course and the post-course stuff as well, because similar for my course too, you can't learn everything in a weekend. The best will in the world, best teachers in the world, you can't, and it takes a while to cement that knowledge. So that process of reading the pre-course info, which is really good, some great papers in there, attending the course, absorbing the information, reflecting on it, and then exploring the post-course.
Case studies and things
like that. Case study, because that's how you really cement that knowledge. Otherwise, it's very easy to find that you forget some of the parts of it.
Because the last thing, on a personal level, do you enjoy the course, the whole feel and the play and the thing?
Absolutely, you and Glenn both very engaging and very interesting. And one of the things I heard lots of people say throughout the weekend was wow, I can't believe how quickly it's gone, which I think is a good sign, because it shows that people are interested, they're engaged, and then before they know it, it's 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock on a Sunday.
Which is good. You don't want people on a course sort of starting to clock watch and wonder, because they're no longer as interested in this. But no, I think it's been really good. I'd recommend it, definitely.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for coming, and it's great to catch up.
Thank you for inviting me. I've enjoyed it.